All right, it's empty. Now I gotta get some new tanks, get them washed out, cleaned up, and put up there. I will be moving this one so I can put my pump over there. I was thinking about putting the pump on the end, but I don't know. I kind of like having the tanks at the end. Always decisions in here. Lots of decisions. Imagine how many decisions it's taken to do this. It's so funny. I like to think about that stuff. 11 of the 13 needed acquired. Still got a few more left in storage. So from over here you can see a different view of the aquarium garden. I love how you can see through that side. And yes, that is pond stuff right there. Eventually. Yes, I got a yard cleanup to do, mind that. The storms be wilding out here in Florida. All right, got the aquariums washed, rinsed, and dried. These are some of the filthiest. You can see all just the muck and smudge and whatnot. So, razor blade, paper towel, wipe it down, get it wet, and then dry after I get all the excessive stuff off. Then we can paint them. All right, so this is how it goes sometimes. I was getting this far to paint these, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and go against painting them. And if you see over here, this is kind of a big moment for me right now. These are my templates that I used in the fish room to get the tanks painted up. And this is the last time, if ever, we'll see, that I'll ever need them. So I don't think I'm actually gonna do it now. And even got the paint for them. With Rainbowfish, I was thinking it'd be good to divide them up to where they can't really see each other. But I don't know, when I look at these tanks where you can see all the way through them, I love that so much. Instead of having it divided up. Like on these 40s, it's divided up. It kind of breaks it up. Which will look cool whenever I'm doing actual displays and things. But for like keeping lots of colorful species, being able to see down and through, I don't know, pretty cool. To me, I really enjoy it, especially with all the colors. So saying that, I don't think I'm gonna paint them because I could always put a top on them, maybe come up with some top system. I just worry that they'll jump into each other's tanks, which when I plan on breeding, we'll have my breeders on this side and on that side and maybe have one breeding here. That way they can't like jump to each other's tanks, or it's really hard for them to. Because I do keep rainbowfish with no tops and kind of a jumpy fish, and with no filters, you don't want to do a top that's fully enclosed. You'll want to do something more open air. So I don't know, we'll figure something out. Oh yeah, that looks better. Yeah, I like it definitely not painted. Granted, with the rainbow fish in them, they would pop a lot with the colors in the black background. But I think it'll look cool too with just seeing through it. I don't know, it's a tough choice with the rainbow fish because they could potentially wash out in it, but I don't know, we'll see how they really keep. Plus I can work with them down here where they do got the black background, so we'll be able to see a contrast. Stay tuned for that. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. As you can see, I'm shy a couple of aquariums. I'll have to hit up the Petco sale whenever it happens. I do have this 10-gallon still. It's full of crap that I gotta figure if I'm gonna give it a new home. I have no place or no clue where, or I'm gonna transfer it into one of these. But saying that, time to work on the plumbing. I do have the hooks up back in the back. So the plumbing's gonna be pushed back, opposed to being more in the middle like these are. Since I can actually get my arm back that far. Work on plumbing, get substrate in, get them ready to put fish in. This is exciting for me. This is another big moment of getting it done. Pretty sweet. And now time to set up these new Rainbowfish tanks. So starting off, you're gonna need substrate. This is all stuff I got from the yard. It's sand that I sifted out because being in Florida, it's real sandy here. You can use clay-based, all kinds of different substrates. Whatever's around your area, you can use as long as it hasn't been contaminated. I have made many videos about this free substrate. Just type in LRB free substrate. And this is actually the tailings that comes from sifting that sand. So it's got a lot of root material in it, bark. It's got like dirt balls, which is like clumped up sand and or just, I don't know. But I've got a ton of it here. And it's not all the same too. You can see how some is varied. It has like more iron looking chunks of sand in it. That's more like dirt, natural dirt. It's got a little lighter in it. Then also I've got all this root material, like the bigger root material that I would get from sifting that sand. Which this is, oh my God, talk about spawning mop, spawning area, spawning anything for fish. This is like gold right here. This stuff is like gold. Same with planting too. If you're like planting plants, talk about holding moisture in and stuff. This is grade A. This is all what I got from my yard, from sifting through my sand in my yard, which, like I said, check out the videos, LRB free substrate. You'll see quite a few pop up. Now with Rainbowfish, it's really important to have a dark contrast behind them. It helps. I mean, it's not absolutely necessary, but the darker the contrast with Rainbowfish, the more the colors will pop out. Now my sand's a lighter color, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put a little bit of the sand on the bottom, just kind of fill it up a little bit, and then go ahead and put the tailings, this stuff, on top of it to cap it off. That way it'll give plants a little more depth to grow and stuff. Even though you can see like this huge massive crib here, even though the water a bit blurry from the front, you know, it's full of babies. I keep it like that for my babies because there's a lot of microorganisms, other things living in here. This doesn't have very deep substrate, so it's not absolutely necessary to have deep substrate. Now, I am also working on a water change system for these guys, so if you haven't seen it, check out those videos as well, plus more will be coming for the channel. So subscribe if you haven't already. Sand filler will go in like so, which when it dries out, I like to use a vacuum to help keep the dust down. I'll just get the vacuum up there after I pour it or while I pour it. Now time to add the toppings. Like a cat in a litter box. So it takes about one of those for 20 high. There's about one and a half of these. I don't know what quart this is. It's like a shoe box. And one topping. About two and a half of those containers worth. Now this is what I'm left with. Kind of like my aquarium gardens outside. Absolutely love this texturing. You get much more natural than that. As far as that top layer. Now to finish the rest. Very cichlid out and about. So it's like 1 in the morning. I've been getting a lot of this inflow done. About to do the main line, which leads me into the bathroom area here. To be continued. Hit the subscribe button to see what happens next, and the like button might as well. See you on the next one.